Hi, my name is Nick, aka the Coffee Detective, and today we're going to have a look at the Breville Milk Cafe, which is essentially a standalone milk frother. So why would you want such a thing? I actually asked myself that question right at the beginning. Why would I want a standalone milk frother? Because actually I have a perfectly nice semi-automatic espresso machine that includes a milk frothing wand, so I can make my own. But it turns out that there are quite a few reasons for having a separate milk frother, and one I'll confess to right now, which is I'll confess to right away, which is the fact that this just makes it incredibly easy. And being the lazy person that I am, I actually find it's easier to make frothed milk and get it right for a cappuccino or latte than it is using a frothing wand. So laziness aside, there are other reasons to use it. First of all, if you happen to have a espresso, a coffee making system that makes espresso or espresso-like coffee, but doesn't come with milk frothing, then it's kind of a must-have. So here I have my Nespresso Initiate, which makes, it uses capsules, makes a nice little shot of espresso, but it doesn't come with anything for frothing milk, so I'm kind of limited with that without a standalone milk frother. Also, there are various ways, and maybe you have one of these, where you can make an espresso-like beverage. It doesn't come out of an espresso machine, but the AeroPress makes an espresso-like beverage. A mocha pot, for stovetop mocha pot, makes an espresso-like beverage, and again, neither of them come with coffee frothing included. So if you have any machines like this and you want to make lattes and cappuccino, then this is just the ticket. The other reason is you can do other stuff with this. You can use it to make hot chocolate. You can use it to make chai latte, mulled wine, Irish whiskey. The booklet that came with this, I was looking through all the various recipes. And finally, before we get into the machine itself, is that this froths cold milk, hot milk, really hot beverages, and it's got a mid-range marked here that's ideal for latte and cappuccino. So you can actually froth cold milk with this, which you can't with a frothing wand on a semi-automatic espresso machine, which is great for the summer months if you want to make some interesting cold coffee beverages. Okay, so that's the reason why I kind of like it and why I've been using it. So let's look at the machine itself. There's kind of a separate coffee jug at the top here. Inside it has like maximum and minimum lines to fill it up. Actually takes up to 16 fluid ounces, so that's pretty good. So you can make enough froth milk for several cappuccinos or hot chocolates or whatever all in one go. It heats the milk through induction. I can't say I completely understand what that means, but one thing it does mean is that this vessel, the actual jug, doesn't get incredibly hot. The milk inside heats up. This doesn't get too hot, which I kind of like as a safety feature. So how does it work? Well, inside here, you see at the bottom, we've got a little disc. In fact, there are two discs. This is the cappuccino disc, and tucked away neatly back here is a disc for, whoops, getting this the wrong way around. This is for making, let me see if I get the angle right. You can see it's a little different. This is for cappuccino, and it kind of draws more air in and makes the milk frothier. This one here is for the latte. So we're going to do the latte. So you just put this in the bottom here, make sure it clicks, put it on the top. So what are we going to do here? So I'm going to start with some milk. I'm going to go, there's a minimum and maximum, so I'm just going to go to the minimum here, fill it up. I got my disc in. I'm going to put my lid on. I'm going to come back to the lid after. There's a couple of features there. I'm going to get the setting just the way I want it, and I'm going to start. So one of the nice things about this is most things to do with coffee are really, really noisy, but this isn't. So while that's doing that, I'm going to go over here to my Nespresso Initiate and make myself a shot of espresso that is a little noisier. One thing at the top here, actually it's not splashing so I can show you, on the lid there's actually a little measuring cup. You see it kind of upside down here. But if you're making hot chocolate or something, or you want to put in cinnamon or shaved chocolate or whatever you're making, you can actually put it in there. It's got some measuring lines on it, and pour it in. The reason for that is that if you're putting in things like cocoa or shaved chocolate, you wait for the milk to start heating a bit first. You don't put it all in with the milk at the beginning. Otherwise it kind of messes up with the disc and the frothing. So you let it start for a bit. So that's why there's a hole down here, so I can just pour my ingredient straight in there, which is nice. So my espresso is finished, thanks to my speedy little Nespresso machine there. And this automatically, it senses how much milk is in there. It senses the temperature, and as soon as this has got to the temperature that I've marked, then it will stop and it'll give me a little beep beep. You can use all kinds of different milks in this. You can use whole milk or partially skimmed milk, or soy milk or almond milk, or whatever you want. As a result, there'll be some variation in the time it takes to froth it. So this should be about 2.5 minutes it's going to take here. If I'd set the temperature a little lower, obviously it would have happened a little faster. And we're done. All right. So now I can take that off. Like I say, it's really not too hot, the actual vessel, the jug. I can take that out. And now I've got this nice frothy milk. And hopefully I've got enough to show you. Yeah. See that? I mean, really nice. So that's what I try to achieve. That's what I try to achieve with the frothing wand on my automatic espresso machine. But quite often, actually, you know what I do mostly, how I mess up with the frothing wand, is that I don't heat it up to exactly the right temperature. I don't have a little thermometer that I use. And that's my biggest mistake, using my regular espresso